morning class and welcome to MTS Public School Mirzapur channel. My name is Shiraz Noor and I will be teaching you computer subject. In this series, we will be studying about general topics of computer. Before we move ahead, I would like to mention a quote by Swami Vivekanand ji. Education is the manifestation of a perfection already in man, which means education is something which is already there within us. It's just how much we strive or put effort for it and how much we desire to learn something new. So, the topics which we will be covering are characteristics of computers, history of computers, generations of computers, types of computers and fundamentals of computers. Today we will be covering characteristics of computers. So to begin, please start taking notes on your notepad so that you can't miss anything. Even if you miss anything, please do not worry about it. You can just revisit this video and pause and take the notes. But I would suggest during the video, please keep on taking notes. Small concepts lead to big solutions. Whenever we are clearing our small concepts, it always lead to big solutions. We can solve a big problems. Okay. So, what is computer? Computer itself is a machine, plus computer as a term itself is having a full form also. Before coming to the full form, I would like to tell you about the definition. A computer is an electronic device that performs calculations and operations based on instructions provided by a software or a hardware program. So, what is the computer? A computer is a device through which we can do several kind of operations based on the inputs we provide, and these inputs are being provided through a software or a hardware. So, the term, if you see a hardware program, this doesn't mean it's that hardware is a program, because hardware the program is a part of software. We'll discuss this in later part of series. What is the full form of computer? It's also known as commonly operating machine, practically used for training, education and research purposes. This machine is used everywhere, either be it training, be it education or a research. So, in short, it can be used in every field. Coming to next part, the characteristics. Characteristics. What are the characteristics or what are the features of computers? A computer is having 7 basic features. The more we keep on learning, the more we study about computers, we will see this further divided into several categories. But to start with, it is having 7 features or 7 characteristics. First is speed, then accuracy, diligence, versatility, reliability, automation and memory. Memory is also known as storage. Okay. So the very first characteristics which is known as speed. Computer is also known for its speed. A computer works with much higher speed and accuracy compared to humans while performing mathematical calculations. Computers can perform millions of instructions per second. The time taken by computers for their operations is measured in milliseconds, microseconds and nanoseconds. latest processor launched by Intel Corporation is Intel i9 10th generation, which performs above 5 GHz speed. And there is also another company known as AMD which launched Ryzen 5. In picture, you can see photograph of or logo of i9, i7, i3, i5 kind of processors. And at the bottom you can see a picture of Ryzen 5. Second, accuracy. Computers are actually very accurate in terms of their performance. So whenever we do any kind of calculation or any kind of processing, the result which is being provided by computer is accurate. If we provide wrong input to computer or wrong data to computer, it will return result accordingly. In short, computer works on GIGO concept. GIGO is also known as garbage in, garbage out. So whatever we input into our computer, it will return that only. So you can note down about accuracy. In addition to being fast, computers are also accurate. Errors that may occur can almost always be attributed to human error, like inaccurate data, poorly designed system, or faulty instructions, programs written by a programmer. Okay. Moving to next characteristic. Diligence. A computer can perform millions of tasks or calculations with the same consistency and accuracy. It doesn't feel any fatigue or lack of concentration. Its memory also makes it superior to that of human being. What does this mean? If a human get a work to do, that work is in repeated form, or you can say monotonous in nature. Like if I give you to write a paragraph 15 times, 20 times, 100 times, you will get bored. Your writing will get changed after few paragraphs. Why? Because you are getting fatigued. You are concentrated. You will move to any other thing, because you know that you are writing this and it gets into your unconscious mind. But computer do not get into these things. Whenever we give a task to a computer, it perform it with lots of concentration. Be it any kind of task. If I give it to write or print any paragraph, or say I give Jack and Jill poem to computer and ask him to write, or ask it to write or print on paper 5 times, it will, or all the resources which computer is using will be exactly same for printing each and every paragraph or every poem. So it does not get fatigue, it does not lose concentration, it always works with its full diligence. Now coming to versatility. Versatile, whenever we talk about versatile in nature, that means a person or a machine can handle lots of things by breaking it into several parts. Suppose there is a complex thing which is being asked by your parents or by your family to perform, then you will unconsciously or consciously divide it into several parts. A very common thing is, whenever there is a marriage in a family, A marriage is a composition of several things like catering, decoration, invitation, and some other things also. So each and everything itself is a huge process. So if a person is not versatile or in nature, then he cannot perform that operation. So when we talk about computers are versatile in nature, that means it can handle any type of operation into several pieces and then give you the result. You can note down as computers are versatile machines and are capable of performing any task as long as it can be broken down into a series of logical steps. The presence of computers can be seen in almost every field like railway or air reservation, banks, hotels, weather forecasting, and many more. Here, each and everything, be it a financial sector like bank or a hotel or an air reservation or railway reservation, it plays a very crucial role. Why? Because each and everything is having several aspects to perform. Coming to reliability part, we can rely 100% on a computer device till we are providing correct information to it. Like in previous slides, I told you that computer works on a concept, a computer follows a concept of GIGO. That means if we provide wrong information, then it will give wrong output. If we provide right or correct input, it will be able to perform in better way or a exact manner. So a computer is reliable as it gives consistent results for similar set of data. That is, if we give same set of input any number of times, we will get the same result under any circumstances. Means if I ask computer to calculate 5 plus 10 and if I am going to ask it for several times, same numbers 5 plus 10, it will give me a same result 15 each and every time. It does not going to get irritated or it's not going to lose the concentration, and this each and every time it reperforms or recalculate each and every value. That's why it's a very much reliable. Coming to next part, automation. Automation is very important aspect in today's life. Earlier this was not part of computer characteristics, but now these days it is being added into the characteristics also, because whenever we are doing any kind of work or we see any kind of thing which is going around on digital platforms or through any digital machine, most of the tasks are automated. Like if we go to railway platform, this you can see there is a machine called platform ticket vending machine, which is actually for providing you a ticket for a short period of 2 hours, 3 hours, I think 2 hours only or 1 hour for staying at platform. If you are going to drop someone, you have to take a platform ticket. For that, they don't want their employee to get engaged at railway reservation counter. So they put a machine in that you can put a coin of 10 rupees, a note, or you can also pay through your Paytm or any other mode. And you can tell how many tickets do you want. At whatever the point of time you ask for ticket, from there your period of 1 hour or 2 hour will be valid. And this is an automated process. Suppose someday railway department says on platform we do not want more than 100 people, and they feed it into a machine, then what will happen? A person can take a ticket only if there are per people less than 100 in count. Kind of complex thing, but can be done through automation. This is the next phase. So you can note down, automation is the key feature which makes a computer device more powerful. Technically, user can automate almost each and everything which computer is capable of. Like earlier also, some students have provided their information in Excel sheet, or they have attended a lecture and they have given their test online. So I have said that whosoever is getting greater than 80% of mark will get certificate. So only those students who are getting their marks more than 80% of the total, they got their certificate. This can be done into two manners. First is, I'll take a test, calculate the marks, and then generate a certificate. Second thing is that I can also automate it. I'll take a test and I put an instruction into a computer or an online system that to take each and every student's test, calculate their marks and percentage, and if any student is having percentage greater than or equal to 80%, then this particular certificate with his or her name can be sent over his email ID. Can be sent over his email ID. This is part of automation. Coming to next slide, memory or storage. This is actually the last or seventh characteristic of computer. A computer has built-in memory called primary memory, which stores data. Secondary storages are removable devices such as CD, pen drive, etc. These are also used for storing data. So what is primary storage unit? Primary storage unit is your RAM and ROM. Primary memories are RAM and ROM. We'll see how they perform and what are the nature of RAMs and ROMs, why both are required, why we cannot use RAM as a primary memory at once, because you must have seen in today's or latest or modern age smartphones, mobiles, there is a configuration of RAM says 4 GB, 6 GB, 8 GB kind of thing. But ROM is not mentioned there. Whereas storage is mentioned like 64 GB, 128 GB, 256 GB. Okay, so that's a storage capacity. What is storage capacity? Storage capacity is where your each and every information or values or photographs or whatever you create is stored. Mainly all these things are stored into our hard disk, which is fixed into system. Earlier, to transfer these information from one location to another location, compact discs were used, CDs, DVDs. Now pen drives are in trend. These are very handy, can be used on any computer. For CD drive was required, and for pen drive you just need a USB drive. This pen drive can be used into your audio system of car, computer, television, anywhere. These days, a regular computer comes with a capacity of 1 terabyte as a storage unit. So class, this is the end of section. We will be covering rest of the part in next video. Thank you for attending.